Hey, what's going on, guys? Just got back from my last Bleach and Hunter x Hunter locals. Got second place with the blue specified slot decks. Just wanted to talk about that, show that off a little bit. And yeah, it was the last locals before the release of JJK, so I decided to have a little bit of fun. I've been running a lot of green Kurapika, at least when I was going for wins and stuff, so been wanting to run this deck. Finally have a pretty solid build of it, at least one that I enjoy running when it plays well. Yeah, ended up getting second place. Of course, first place was the green Kurapika. It was crazy, though. We'll talk about the matches, break down the deck, etc. Real quick, we got the second place winner card, Nanami. They picked up obviously the C2 card always gets picked up from first place. But I'm going to be playing Nanami, so this is my third one of these, and I will have almost a full playset for that blue deck. That's going to be sick. So yeah, JJK release, I'm so hyped for that. And then we also got this Demon Slayer figure for second place. There was an Ichigo figure. I haven't really watched either anime, so I was kind of like, you know, this is a cherry on top, as well as some packs and stuff, and the winner card, so this is a W. I'm not really into figures and stuff. Oh, there's his name, Izui. I've watched a bit of Demon Slayer. I do plan on watching it, potentially. I'm sure I will, especially with the release of the cards coming out, like in January and stuff. But yeah, I don't really care too much for figures, so maybe we'll end up doing like a giveaway for this or something like that. But yeah, we got this pretty cool Demon Slayer figure for second place. Take that all day. But yeah, let's go ahead and break down the deck here and dive into it. Show you guys what I'm running, and of course I'll have a virtual link through EXburst in my description down below. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start here with the specified slots. So if you guys don't know how this deck plays, you're basically trying to get 2 to 4 of these, they're called specified slots, from your deck into your hand and or field. And there's multiple, so I think there's 5 different ones. And there's multiple cards that you can take advantage of depending on how many you have in hand and or on the field. It's always a combination of the both. The big ones being this Bisky, who can pop a 1k times how many specified slots you've had when played. She's a 2 action point though, so she's expensive. Killua here is one of our main raids when attacking. If we have 2 specified slots, we get to draw. If we have 4 more, again, on in hand or on field, we get to have damage too as well. And then this Gon is definitely one of the best ones. He's just not a raid card, but he's still really good because you can activate his during the main phase. If he's on the front line, you can reveal 3 to draw or 4 to have impact. So yeah, that's basically what the deck's playing around. A whole bunch of drawing, trying to get these specified slots in hand and or on the field, and you know, obviously trying to get damage in as well and stuff. But yeah, I'm running 2 of the Torimons here, 4 of the Paladin's Necklace. I think this is definitely like a must run of the max of, as well as this strip of beach, patch of shore, if you guys haven't seen this this misprint. But yeah, this is a really good card. This is definitely one of the worst ones. It's just in here to be a 5th. Active main, you can place the top card of your deck underneath this card, and then when it's sidelined, you get to look at the cards under this character and add 1 of those cards to your hand, and then the rest on the sideline. Really random. I've never actually used that effect. Again, he's just a specified slot. Paladin's Necklace here, you get to take one of your opponent's rated cards on the field and put the top card into the sideline and then draw. Amazing trigger to have in the life, so that's why we got 4 of them, as well as it just being really strong for raid removal. Strip of Beach, again, if you guys haven't seen this, there's a release event, Patch of Shore misprint. If anyone has any info on this, any explanation, let me know. I think it's just translation stuff, but anyways, it's pretty cool. Yeah, this card is you can only have 3 in your deck. Keep that in mind. But you play it on the field. It's your field card on the side on your energy line. When played, you draw a card, and this card allows you to have 15 cards in your hand. I actually take advantage of that because of how much drawing you do. Yeah, Risky Dice is one of my favorite specified slots. At least I've been taking advantage of it, especially because I have Bara in here, and I'll show him off as well. But active main, switch to resting. You choose 1 character, then you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a 2 energy or more, you add that card to your hand, and then that character you picked gets 1000 BP buff until the end of the turn. If the card you revealed is 1 or less, though, the character gets sidelined, and then you leave that card on top of your deck. I might actually go to 3 of these. Again, skipping ahead real quick, because of how much I like the combo with Bara here. Where's he at? Yeah, I actually have 3 of these Baras in, so I might up these just to 1 more, honestly. And yeah, this card's really cool. If he's on the front line during your main phase, once per turn, you reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card has 2 or more energy, you get to choose one of your opponent's cards, and it gets minus 1k for the turn if it's above 1500. And then you get to decide if that card goes on the top or bottom of your deck. So if you have Risky Dice set up to go after Bara, you have a guaranteed 2 or more if you hit 1 and left it there, that you know that you can no risk, big buff, and you draw. Did I mention that about Risky Dice? If the card is a 2 or more, you add that card to your hand. Pretty freaking crazy. So this card acts as a draw when it's a 2 or more. So with Bara, you can do some crazy stuff, knocking their 4Ks down to 3 with him, knocking your 3s up to 4 or your 2s up to 3 with Risky Dice. It could be really good. I did it in 2 of my games, and the combo was really nice. But yeah, going back to the specified slots here, I am running. So one of the specified slots is a special. So I am also running 2 of the Jajon Kens and then 2 of the Angel's Breath. And yeah, Angel's Breath is really good. You get to, you can only run 3 of these, by the way, but I've got 2. So you get to play 1 character with the energy you have that fulfills it. That's 1 AP from your sideline onto your field resting, or you can raid with it. So I use this a lot to get Killua back out as much as possible. You could even get going out with it. I wish you could pop Bisky with that, but you can't, unfortunately. Jajon Ken, your typical removal cards. You can target a 3K or less and sideline it if Gon's not on the field. If Gon is on the field, though, you can pop a 5K instead. Really nice removal. You do need that in the deck. And then Bisky's Training, that's just going to be our final cards, our AP regenerator. And then I think I'm running 10 zeros here. Man, I bricked today. It was a close game. I had I barely came back. I went first, and then on my 3rd turn, I finally hit a 0. And I had this guy from my mulligan. Like, I mulliganed and I had a 1 and a 2, but no zeros. So for 2 turns, I was drawing and drawing. Finally hit a 0. I'm at 10, so I'm debating going to like 11. The one card I think I might end up cutting is this Ita. The only double energy we have in this deck is the Patch of Shore, aka Strip of Beach. But the only 5 costs we're really ever playing is an Angel's Breath. And we're trying to get this as soon as possible, so I don't know. I think I might end up cutting the Itas and putting in like a 0 and maybe like another Risky Dice or something. Because with the Risky Dice on field, you're able to get cards in hand as fast as possible, you know? Anyways, but right now I'm running 2 of the Draw Gones. Those are just the draw, and then sideline, you can get those from the not release event, from the just going to like any locals. What are they, participation packs, I guess? 4 of the Biskies, definitely amazing 3k buff active trigger. If you don't know, buffs a character by 3k if it comes from your life, and you can block with them, and you can restand them if they're rested. And then this character is amazing. This character allows you to switch it to resting, sideline it, and then you get to add one of your specified slots back to hand. So yeah, you can like spam the Paladin's Necklace, or you can even get I don't even know. You can get the special from your life or something. I've had that. I did that today, which is really nice. You hit him. This was in life. You kill him with the special trigger, and then the Angel's Breath, and then you add it back to your hand because you can add a specified slot from your sideline to hand with her. Really good, really good. And then obviously 4 of the Killua, so we have more of the raid targets. He's just a typical 0-15 add to hand. This Gon is really good, but he's, you know, he's so late game, and you might, honestly, with this deck, you may never have 4 in hand. You really have to expect to never have 4 in hand, but you should have games where, you know, you have 4 of the specified slots in hand. But the reason I'm talking about it is because when you do have 4 exactly, or more, when this guy attacks, you can reveal those 4, or mixed on your field, whatever, you know how it goes. And then you can give impact to one character on the field. Can you give it to, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to give it to him because he attacks, but yeah, you get to give impact to somebody. So a combo I was really setting up with at the end of my last game was damage 2 with him and giving him impact. Really, really solid. It was pressuring my opponent. Of course, he hit a special. It's crazy. We'll talk about the 3 games I played because 2 of them were against Karapigas, and I did get one of the wins. But yeah, anyways, 2 Gones. I think I'm going to cut these Itas. I don't know. We're going to see. I think you do need the double energy, though, because if you don't see your patch of life, if you don't see your strip of beach ever, it is add to hand life at least. But like, there's a chance you don't see it in a game, right? Or it's too late, and then you just don't have any double energies. I don't know how much I like that. Plus, you can use this to bounce back the Gon. I don't know. I might cut it. We're gonna see. And then I've got 4 of these 2-drop Killuas, which are must runs. These are the winter versions. This is the standard one. Draw a card when attacking, and then place one into your hand. Or I'm sorry. This is the when attacking, draw a card, and then sideline a card from your hand. He's also the color trigger of blue. I believe the other one's Genthru. So yeah, you're probably going to run Killua. And blue's color trigger is you bounce back at 3,500 or less from the field to your opponent's hand. Pretty good color trigger, honestly. And then Bara, man, yeah, as I was saying, I had 2 games where by like the 3rd or 4th turn, I had Bara on the field, and then with Risky Dice. It's just such a good combination, making Risky Dice a guaranteed 2 or above hit, so it's a guaranteed free draw with the debuffs and the buffs actually coming into play. It's really good. I don't think I needed to do it, but there's definitely going to be games where Bara is able to reduce a 4k to a 3k with his ability, and because of that, then your Bisky only needs 3 of the specified slots in order to get the pop. Oh my gosh, ignore the camera. But yeah, because again, there's gonna be games where he'll definitely be helping out Bisky. I feel like allowing you to, yeah, have less specified slots to pop stuff. But yeah, 2 of the Biskies, of course. This is your removal card. Maybe even go to 3, but those 2 action points can be expensive. And then, of course, we've got our 4 ofs for the Gon and the Killua. Once again, if you have 2 or more when attacking, you get to draw. If you have 4 or more when attacking, he's damage 2. And then this guy, if he's on the front line during your main phase, so you can play him and tap him right away. If you have 3 or more, you draw specified slots. If you have 4 or more, he gets impact, so he's your game ender as well. But yeah, all in all, it's such an RNG deck. It's really fun when you're getting the right cards. When you set up Bara and Risky Dice, that is just such a crazy combination, which is why I think I'm going to end up going 3 Risky Dice. I already have 3 Baras, and then maybe 1 of the 0 Gons, just so I have another 0 to help me not mulligan. Because yeah, again, talking about the games, there was already one game, my last game of the night, where I didn't have a 0 in hand, so I mulliganed. I had a 1, but I feel like that's risky. I don't know. It's your call at that point, right? But yeah, I had a 0 in hand, or I'm sorry, I didn't have a 0 in hand, had a 1, decided to mulligan. Once again, did not have a 0, and then had a 1 and a 2. But I went first, so like I was tapping to draw, nothing. Didn't get a 0, so I couldn't play. By my 3rd turn, I finally drew a 0-cost Killua, and I can get the ball rolling. He was pretty back and forth. I was able to get my specified slots. Didn't set up, what do you call it? I didn't set up Risky Dice that game, unfortunately, or Bara, but he was not hitting any of like his Kurapika raids until literally right at the end. So I was able to do a little bit of catch up. And that's what sucks. Right at the end, he was able to beat me with 1 life remaining. So I feel like if I didn't have that slow play, with at least how this deck plays, I would have been able to push up and get some free swings. Because with how cheap some of these cards are, you end up pushing them up, I feel like. Especially obviously the Killua, who's a 2-cost, because you want to attack with him in order to get your draws and stuff. So I don't know, I might have won that game if I was able to actually draw correctly, but then again, he didn't have any of his Kurapika raids, so until the very end, so there's a chance, you know, in another world, he destroys me. I'm sure Kurapika destroys this deck in most situations. But yeah, the first game that I played was actually against, was it the Zoldyck family? The purple Zoldyck, I think. Once again, Bara Risky Dice setup was just so nice because when he had 4Ks on the field, I could reduce him to 3 so that he was not able to block for free. Like when I had this Kilo out, boom, I could swing his 4Ks, no longer able to block for free. You get free draws out of that Risky Dice. You can also bottom deck stuff with the Bara if it's something you don't want. And yeah, it just went really, really, really smooth for me when I had that set up, and it was too late for him when he started. Like I think he set up 2 of those back-to-back, the purple Zoldyck family. What's his name? The guy with Snipe and Impact, Kilo's dad. I forget his name. Silva. Yeah, there was 2 turns where he had him on the back line, ready to push him up, played another one, pushed him up. But both turns after he had him on the front line, I had my Biskies ready to go. So pretty solid, if not John Ken. This deck has a lot of options, but you got to get to it for sure. You got to dig for it. And then the other game I was against the green Kurapika deck. Maybe that was the first game I played. I don't remember the order, but I did beat a green Kurapika deck once again. I think the Bara, I think the Bara Risky Dice combo is just too good. It's just too free for draws. It's just too free for power manipulation. It's just so good. And I know this is literally how the Bomber deck plays, is by comboing these 2 cards. But holy crap, does it work for this deck as well, getting those extra draws in and stuff. Really, really, really allowing your cards to do a lot more. It's really nice. So yeah, I'm probably going to end up putting 1 more Risky Dice going up to 3. Plus having an extra specified slot doesn't hurt the deck at all. But yeah, I was able to deal with a lot. It was really nice. The only other thing I might slap in here is some Impact, Nullify. But you really can't take out any of your zeros. Those Gons, you really do need them to not only just draw, but to have another Gon option for Ken. I know there's the 7 search Gon for a specified slot that I feel like a lot of people would go to running, but not only does he not have a trigger, but I feel like at least half of the time that I've ran him, his search hits nothing, and I'm just bottom decking 7 really nice cards. So I just cut him. I'm going for more draws than anything. The power manipulation, again, with Bara and Risky Dice is just too good. And yeah, all in all, it was a smaller locals. There was like 7 of us or so, but you know, with Karapikas and how good this deck was performing for me, I was proud of it. I've been doing some testing as well. It's just my first time I actually played against locals too, so that was really good. That was really cool. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let me know any changes. Let me know if you guys are going to try it out. Again, I don't know how often I'm going to be running this deck with JJK, especially if, I know with JJK, I should mention this, there's going to be a lot of field removal, I'm sure, because there's definitely cards that remove fields, especially because there is the domain expansions that people are able to play. Well, that's what the final's called, but like the actual domain expansion field cards that people leave out. And obviously, blue has a really good one. If anyone hits our strip of beach, from the field and bottom decks it because they're expecting like a domain expansion for JJK, that's going to hurt so much. So there's a chance I don't play this until at least the next set of Hunter x Hunter. I heard that this deck and Bomber, I think Bomber, but definitely this, get really, really good buffs in the next set, as all of like Bleach and stuff does. You'd expect, right, in the second set. So excited to play it then at the very least, but maybe I'll dabble with it. Maybe we'll dabble at locals with it. We'll see what's good. All in all, it's a really fun deck. The RNG is crazy. If you can get it rolling fast enough, man, you could really make your opponent sweat. It's really cool. But yeah, like and subscribe. If you actually got this far, you're a legend. Let me know your favorite deck that you're going to be running for JJK. Let me know any changes you might make to this. And then definitely let me know if you guys are actually running this deck and getting dubs with it. Because, yeah, it's a blast. I'll probably end up uploading a video with me playing with the deck eventually. We'll see. We'll see. Again, with JJK around the corner, it's going to be really hard to say that. But yeah, anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, JJK is going to take over. I can't wait.